If your team got guaranteed money, tell them call me.
Whoop. Make me say, my.
I done been around the world. Yeah, I was made for this.
Player Performance with J.A. Cavalier.
What is going on, everyone? How you doing today? It is a beautiful day in southern Florida. It's a miserable day up in Toronto. I don't know, guys. What an effort by Toronto last night. This is Ylose Player Performance NHL Edition. Up you. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm happy as a clam, Mike Burns. That is Les Victorie over there. What a night to be alive last night. Les, how we doing today, brother?
I think we just need to take a moment in prayer for the Leaf fans. The cycle is real, and you know what? I think we should just ask God for forgiveness. And it's I don't have words, so I'm pissed off because we lost our max bet last night. We gave the Leafs 3 goals plus 2.5. And we didn't even come fucking close to hitting it. So I'm pissed off because we lost money last night. Our VIP lost money because that was our big one. It happens, whatever, but not like that. How is this? I could see Florida winning that game, which we talked about yesterday, but maybe like a 4-3 and then an empty netter 5-3 still gets us the money. No. 6-1 with 22 different players notching a point in this fucking game. Everybody is going in Florida. I don't know who's going to stop this team. They are so deep as a team that I don't know. This might be a Edmonton, Florida rematch. And it's possible. I mean, obviously Edmonton still needs to get through likely Dallas Stars, but it was really disappointing to see. Because as a Habs fan, I'm like trying to put myself in their shoes. Like if that was Montreal year in and year out doing this bullshit, I don't know if I could watch hockey anymore. There was more jerseys on the ice than the Leafs had goals by the end of that game. Are you fucked? What the fuck is going on with this team? Where's the leadership? Where's Austin Matthews going into the room and breaking his stick over every one of those fucking guys' heads?
And what was his quote at the end of the game? Yeah, I would have thrown my jersey on the ice too. The way we performed.
Is that what he said? I missed that. Oh,
yeah.
God.
I know they were going to say, what do you think about all the fans leaving early? And he was like, well, I don't blame him by the way that we played.
I think he should personally cut a check to each and every single person that went to that game and issue a refund out of his own money, because that was one of the biggest disgraces to any organization. Never mind maybe like the third biggest franchise per capita in the NHL. Can you imagine spending fucking $1,500 a ticket to go watch them get shit pumped 6-1?
Embarrassing.
6-0. I'm calling it 6-0 because I last goal was bullshit.
Although I did get excited at the end, right? I watched the whole fucking thing. So I got excited at the end because I had myself a little Marchand and Nylander, parlay going on, right? Obviously, Marchand, everybody on the fucking Panthers found the score sheet last night. But I was excited about Nylander. I was watching the game and of the core 4, I know Tavares is a fucking senior citizen at this point, but of the core 4, this guy did his fucking job. He was flying all around the ice. So I was confident in shit. And then all of a sudden at the end, when the Leafs did score their measly 1 goal, it was a bit of a scrum in the front. And I couldn't really see what was going on, what was happening, right? So I'm looking at the back of a jersey number and I see somebody with an 8 and then another number. And I'm like, is that Nylander in front? And then a little spin around and the puck goes in the net and then chaos ensues, right? And everyone's, mucking it up. And then all of a sudden, I see 89 stand up. What the fuck?
Close,
That's not my guy.
but no cigar.
Nope.
Hey, don't
Nope.
feel bad because the D-Gen parlay lost because of me too. Leafs team total over 2.5. They're showing up tonight. Nonetheless, we did cash the best bet, Stuart Skinner under 24.5. So if you did tune into yesterday's show, chalk that up on the board. I'm disappointed because my VIP channel lost money tonight for the first time in a while. I mean, we're all due for a correction at some point, and that's part of the game. You got to learn how to lose just as much as you can learn how to win, right? So that's a big part of this business, and the sooner you figure that out, the longer you will sleep at night. So figure that out, guys, if you haven't already. But I mean, I don't even really know what to say anymore about this team. If this wasn't a gut check time game for the Leafs, then I don't know what is. Right now, Florida's minus 240 to close this out tomorrow. Minus 240.
I'm taking him on the puck line right now.
Jesus. Like,
what, you expect the Leafs to come to show up game 6 in Sunrise and put a real effort together? I mean, Mitch, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Tell me that you don't want to fucking play anymore without telling me you don't want to fucking play anymore.
Is he having like one of those episodes where you notice like a golfer, for example, they're, in the routine, then they have a kid and a family, and then all of a sudden they fall off the fucking map for 3 years until they get it figured out again, and then they start playing well. How many professional golfers has that happened to? I know of at least 4 or 5 of them that their play dropped off the minute they had a kid. Not saying that it's the kid's fault, but it
is.
It might be. Yeah, I mean, the Leafs aren't very good at pointing fucking fingers, so maybe they're probably going to blame Mitchie's kid for this outburst of a piss poor. And I mean, Joseph Woll wasn't great, but I don't hang this on his head. Did you watch that game? He got fucking hung out to dry, time in and time out, and no.
There were a couple squeakers. Yeah, there's a couple squeakers that kind of got by him, but at the same time, I mean, it was just a fucking onslaught. You could have had Patrick Wall in net there and still not had a fucking chance with the effort that the team put in front of you.
It's funny because these games do happen where you'll look at the scoreboard the next day and be like, holy fuck, 7-1 or whatever, 6-0 for this team. Like, some nights that just happens. And I just don't think we saw it.
Happens a lot for the Leafs, dude.
Yeah. I just didn't see it happening at home. At home.
Oh man. God.
I haven't seen my stepson since yesterday, but oh man, am I gonna give it to him good? Because he's the first one to shit talk the Habs, and he's a typical Leaf fan. He's 12, so I mean he's not very good at chirping, which I'm working on that with him. But we have weekly classes on how to chirp better. But I'm gonna let him. I think it's my turn to step in and just let him know that the Leafs are shit.
Yeah, the curse is real, dude. The curse is fucking real. The core 4, blow them up. There's no way in fuck you could bring Marner back next year. Get out there, spend that $14 million, get a guy like Sammy Bennett if you can. But at the same time, why the fuck would Sam Bennett ever leave Florida?
Well, I don't know if Florida has cap issues to keep him. That's the problem, because
he'll probably take 1.5 just to stay in there.
Well, I mean,
and the reason why I say that, because like you just look at an entire fucking true team. And listen, I'll be the first one to say, right? Like I faded the Panthers walking into this playoffs, and I think a lot of people did. I had Tampa, right? Like, oh, Tampa went out the deadline, they made this move and they made that move. Florida was kind of quiet. Yeah, they got Marchand, but he's older, and this, that, the other thing. Boy, did they fucking prove that they are not done yet. Done yet.
It's funny because they took on the end of the season really interesting. They were losing every fucking game. They didn't give a fuck.
Limped their way in.
Interviewed Paul Maurice, and he was like, "Yeah, we're in the playoffs. We could lose the next 10 games in a row. We're still going to be in the playoffs. We might even fall down to a wild card spot. I don't give a fuck. We're resting guys. We're healing. We're preparing."
Yep.
because he got the memo. He understands that this is when it matters most, not whether or not Austin Matthews gets number 70 or any of that bullshit. When was the last time you seen a statistical anomaly like that for the Florida Panthers? Never. It's never happened unless it's
even a guy like Carter Verhaeghe, right? Like, I know he's injured this season, but he had a real tough year. You know, he didn't have the production that he normally has. But look who showed up in the playoffs, right? Look who showed up in the playoffs. He's a candidate for an ATG every fucking game.
I'm done with the whole injury thing. Oh, we're injured because you look at, I don't know, it's been a few years now, but Edmonton played Calgary a few years back, and Draisaitl had a broken leg. He led the team in points that year in the postseason with a broken leg. So, fuck you. I'm not accepting that bullshit anymore. You're getting paid
because it doesn't matter.
You're getting paid $12 fucking million or more to play the game. Go play it. If you're hurt, fucking sit on the bench. Don't dress, because you're only humiliating yourself. You're not helping your team, and you got people paying big bucks to come in, watch your team play, to go and do that. Like I said, I think the Toronto Maple Leafs should refund everybody that attended that game last night, including beer sales, because I know after that effort, guaranteed there's probably about 50% of the people there passed out in a ditch this morning, drinking fucking straight whiskey from the bottle to numb the pain. And I don't blame them. Good for you. If I had a drink, I would cheers to you, and I would, like we already prayed, so we're good.
Yeah, there's definitely some therapy sessions that are owed to Leafs Nation today. Listen, man, I can sit here. Go on before
I wonder if there's if all the therapists in Toronto are calling their regulars, hey, so same time as last year, you want the same appointment, same day, May 18th
same shock treatment.
Yeah, we'll go over the same stuff. I know you every year you come here for 4 or 5 years now. We'll do it. We'll do the same thing. We'll take care of you. But I got you penciled in already because I watched the game last night. Like that's got to be a real thing. It's got to be. It's just I don't know. I made a bet with my wife. I said, what do you think the over-under on jerseys are going to land on the ice here? And at first, she didn't really understand what I meant. And she's like, I don't know, probably 2. I'm like, I'm not giving you that.
Over.
Way over than that. And I think it was 4 or 3 or 4 or whatever. Like, you know what? Good for you. Good for you guys. You know how hard that must be to take a $300 Austin Matthews jersey off your back and fucking throw it on the ice.
Yeah, those things ain't cheap, dude.
Like, good on you. I mean, you're sending a message. It's not a good one. I mean, get the paper bags out. It's, you know what? I almost wish they had to play in Toronto again next game, because it would just be that much sweeter. I like the Leafs. Let me rephrase. I liked the Leafs before this whole bullshit series. But it just may never happen for them. If it doesn't happen with this squad, who is it going to happen with? Like, are you at the end of the era where you have to go and like trade for some draft picks and start rebuilding? Like, when is that word bouncing around in that upper management office? Rebuild. Like, we're not talking about the Philadelphia Flyers here. This is the Toronto Maple Leafs, where you got the boys. You got.
Yeah, there's no rebuild. Rebuilds don't exist in Leafland.
Yeah. Maybe we'll retool like Washington and still fucking exit early stage left. Like they might tonight. Anyways, enough about the Leafs. I'm disappointed that we lost our bet yesterday. But it's the way the game goes sometimes. It is what it is.
Yeah, we could sit here all day. I could put a solid hour into just trashing Toronto. But we got to move it on. What's going on to everybody in the chat? See you guys. Guys, take it easy on Will. Take it easy. Because honestly, it shouldn't have been that. Right? And he wasn't the only one shouting out the Leafs in the chat yesterday. Right? There was a lot of Leaf love going on. So just take it easy on him. It wasn't a terrible
I love them so much that I put them plus 2.5.
Yes.
You know what? We've done that twice now. We're 0 for 2 on plus 2.5 in the playoffs. Are you fucked? Plus 2.5? You can't get to overtime. You can't make you can lose by an empty netter and we still win. 0 for 2. No more.
I texted you last night. I said, listen, man, the gambling gods know that we're cheating over here. So we got to retire that bet.
Yeah, we might have to put a pin in it anyway.
Yeah.
It was minus 500. That's right. It was minus 500 parlayed with Edmonton plus 1.5. We did get it down to minus 134, which is money for us. That's right in our wheelhouse to definitely dump the farm on. But we lost a minus 500 bet last night. Oh my God. I just fucking realized that.
Well, I'll give you a minute. I know everyone's feeling that one. But we did have another closeout game. I mean, listen, to me, this was a fucking closeout game. This series is done. Wrap it up. But we did have a closeout game in Vegas. And I will say, although, Vegas goes down 4-1 in the series, they actually played an elimination game last night. They showed up. I mean, it was not the most exciting kind of thing, as far as the game goes. It was just a 1-0 score, but the effort was there. Right, we had 2 goalies show up, right, and this anomaly of Stuart Skinner, who only plays games 5, 6, and 7, he posted a shutty last night, and Aiden Hill was pretty fucking strong too. It went all the way down.
Both goalies posted a shutout.
Yeah,
of course somebody needs to win, but a 1-0 game, you can't ask for more from your goalie, win or lose. And I don't fucking understand this Stuart Skinner stat. It doesn't make sense.
Just keep rolling with it.
He was the best bet last night. So we did cash that by half a save. Jesus fuck. But
yeah.
A win's a win. But how do you handicap a team with goaltending like that? Hot as fuck, cold as ice, but plays in game 5, 6, and 7. So should we just 100-star monster every game 5, 6, and 7 for Edmonton for the rest of the fucking season? Basically. We might have to. Don't challenge me to a good time because I'll fucking lock it in right now. No, but you know what though? It was a good series, but the Vegas boys, they didn't show up.
No, the big guns.
Stone.
Not a single goal.
Not one.
I have a hard time chirping Eichel, because he did have I think it was 6 or 7 assists, right? Which is good, but you got to put the puck in net.
Somebody's got to do it.
No Hurdle, no Dorofeyev, no Stone. I mean, Stone didn't even fucking play last night.
No.
How do you? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and look at a guy who has an injury and say, talk shit about him, but it's an elimination game, dude.
You must really be fucking hurt.
Yeah, you gotta be, right?
We're hockey players here. We're not basketball players.
Yeah.
Hockey players will play through fucking anything just to be able to play in these kind of spots. So either he's kind of pulled the pin already, or he's actually more hurt than he's leading to believe. But I don't think so because he played last game, but not this one. You'd have to pretty much remove my right testicle for me not to play that game. And even then, I still got one. Good enough. Don't hit it.
Keep that cup on.
Nonetheless, the Vegas big boys didn't show up, and the better team won. I'm convinced of that Edmonton was the better team. Outside that weird game in Edmonton where they scored with half a second left. But that shit doesn't happen often, and it's usually not indicative of how the series plays out.
No, not at all. But I mean, it was just this very well could have just been a fucking sweep. But it was there was 0.7 seconds left. When Riley Smith, walked Skinner. So I don't know, but Edmonton moves on. They wait to see who the winner of Dallas and Winnipeg is going to be, and we have another closeout game. Right? We got Game 5, the Eastern Conference semifinals tonight, 7 p.m. puck drop in DC. Hurricanes hold a commanding 3-1 series lead. The Canes have outscored Washington in the last 2 games, 9-2. Now, I understand Washington is 4-1 on home ice this postseason. And that one loss that they did have was in OT, right? Which is always that coin flip kind of game. But after watching those last couple games, what kind of chances do you really give Washington here?
I am not convinced that this series is over.
Ooh, okay.
I am not convinced of it. It's hard to fade the Canes right now. Like they're just everybody is playing well. Like if I'm Rod Brendamore, what do you even do? Okay, guys, same thing as last night. Go play. Same line.
Don't change anything. Get a good night's rest.
You know, we're only giving up 21 shots against. That's fine. We'll give up 21 shots every game for the rest of the postseason, and we'll win the cup. Washington has not had more than 21 shots. They've had 21 shots 3 games in a row. So if you can bet on the exact number of shots, why not throw a little on the 21? It seems to be a pretty fucking magical number. But I don't know. This Washington team is a different team at home, unlike the Toronto Maple Leafs. They are a very good home team. And over the season, now, like, we got to put the emotional shit to the side. Because, yes, Carolina has been the better team. You know, they did steal one on the road already. But Washington is a really good fucking home team, and Carolina was not a +5. They weren't even close to being a 500 team on the road during the regular season. So is Carolina overachieving a little bit? Debatable. I think so. There, you know, is the hockey gods just on their side right now? But I think their time is coming. And I am not writing off the Capitals tonight. It's possible that Carolina walks in here and fucking wins 6-2. It's 100% possible because that's how this team is built. But I am going to play the devil's advocate. I can't see every fucking series in this, round 2 finishing in 5 games, with the exception of the Toronto series, which will be 6. Who cares? I struggle to believe that. So if that's the case, some dog has got to win tonight. And you can't just assume that the favorites are going to hit all the time. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. I think Logan Thompson needs to have the best game of his fucking life, because the Canes are just peppering him. I don't even really blame him. He's getting 30 plus shots every single game. Right? So he's
got a .955 save percentage. So it ain't Thompson.
No, his last 5 games, he's only got 2.4 goals against. Right now this is saying his last 5 games he's a .924. You're losing with a .924? What?
Yeah.
What?
That's a tough pill to swallow, brother.
What do you want him to do? Score?
Yeah, they could use it. That may be the only way to solve Freddie Anderson right now, who's only allowed 1.73 goals per game in this series. So I do think Carolina will close it out. And I'm not just saying that because I want a day off of work on Saturday and I just want these series to end. But this is where what separates a team like the fucking Leafs, right? And like Washington. Washington's got a lot of bets, right? And you got a guy like Ovechkin. You got a guy like Strome, right? I want to see some meanness out of fucking Tommy Wilson. I want to see some more crying Tommy Wilson memes going out there in the universe. I do expect Washington to show an effort. I don't see this being a 6-1 home drubbing like we saw last night. But it is going to be a fucking hard game. Carolina has the recipe, right? And I think Carolina, I'll say this. If Carolina comes out tonight and does exactly what they've done the last couple games, I think everybody should be on notice about this team.
100%. Like it. The way I see this is, after watching everything, the winner. Oh God, no! I can't even say it. I can't. I don't truly believe it. I'm not even gonna bother. All I'm gonna say is the whole this will define the Caps season because they called it a retool, whatever the fuck that means. And they went out and got a couple key players that haven't really done a whole lot when it matters most, outside of beating the Habs in 5 or whatever. But you're supposed to beat the 8th place team in 5. But you're just gonna have to generate some offense. Like, I know Ovi scored last game, but he's gonna have to do better. If not, like, is this the end? Are we at the end of an era? Like, I'm struggling to believe it because I feel like he's got more in him, and I would want to cushion my record a little bit more than what has he got? 2 more than the Gretzky. Give it one more season there, you might break 900 and really etch your name into the history books for maybe the next 20 to 30 years.
Listen, there is a possibility, and I know you disagree with me, but there is a possibility that this is Ovi's last game.
Yeah.
He's 39 years old. He's got the record. He could walk away right now into the sunset. So do you think Ovi doesn't step up in a game like this? So I was looking at the ATGs. He's only a plus 125. The next closest guy to him is Svechnikov at plus 170, and then everybody else behind him. So it seems the books believe in Ovi, but the all-time leading goal scorer, how do you not fucking believe him?
I mean, we all know Ovi's game. It's not the high pace, make plays, 200-foot player. He's a guy that shoots the biscuit. So the problem with that is, against a team like Carolina, you got to play on your own end too.
Yep.
And let's be real. There's obviously been a lot of spotlight on him over the last few weeks with the whole goal, the breaking the record and stuff. He is fat. He is a chubby fucking dude. He loves his beer. He, like, that is not what your peak NHL performance body would look like. So the fact that now you're playing a team that probably looks like the peak bodies, like the Carolina Hurricanes, what are you gonna do? Yeah, you might score, but you're not gonna. You're gonna lose every foot race. You're gonna get out muscled. You're gonna get probably bagged, but you don't really skate, so you can't get bagged. So I don't know. It's a tough one. But he's got to lead this team. He's got to help out some of these younger guys and bring their game to the next level. And there's just a certain unsettledness in the room when your back is up against the wall and you're on the brink of elimination, especially at this kind of level. But I remember even playing in junior, and you'd be in an elimination game, and you're just different. Something's different. Everyone's a little bit quieter. Nerves are real. All these things are there. So, sometimes that transpires onto the ice and then you kind of choke up like the Leafs did last night. But sometimes it actually incentivizes you to, dig a little deeper and get it done. So the question is, which one is it going to be?
Well, I think Washington is going to show more grit than the fucking Leafs did. I mean, shit, my 8-year-old showed more fucking grit than the Leafs did last night. And Alex is asking, looking at Ovi might be worth it under. I wouldn't necessarily look at him for a goal under, but his shots are 3.5 right now. So that and I understand all this guy does is fire the biscuit, but to your point, can he even really truly keep up?
No.
What happens if Carolina stays disciplined and stays out of the box? Right? Like, where do the opportunities?
You won't get a point.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would take a look at the under. The under is minus 140. Under 3.5 shots.
I love the under because, first of all, you're only getting 20 fucking shots a game anyway. So,
21 on the nose.
Sorry.
Good luck taking that over under on saves.
Sorry. Forgive me. You're only getting 21 shots, and you're only probably getting 21 to 23 minutes of ice time. So the odds that you're on the ice for those 21 shots, probably about 20%. And then they got to come from your stick.
Yep.
Right? Like, let's be real. That's what the numbers are. They say the average player, outside of power play time, 5-on-5 time, the average time you have the puck on your stick, do you know what it is?
What?
8 seconds a game. The average time that you hold onto the puck is 8 seconds, which is crazy to think about. I mean, obviously, power plays, it's a little bit different because you're carrying the puck a lot more, but 5-on-5, you don't typically have the puck a lot. And when you're only giving up 21 shots, I'm not taking any shot totals unless it's the under for Washington, just in case this trend does continue, because it has hit 5 out of 5 times now, or 4 out of 4 times. And there's no real sign that it could change.
Listen, this is a perfect opportunity for Carolina to have some possible regression here. You are up 3-1. You're on the road. They don't look tired, right? But they very well could be. Maybe they don't forecheck like fucking robots that they are. But I don't see Rod the Bob being that guy, being like, all right, guys, I'm not going to push you as hard as I can today. We'll just bring it back to Raleigh.
Are you kidding me? Have you seen that nose? That guy is not playing games. He wants to win every fucking game.
Yeah. I do think Carolina takes this one. I don't think it'll be easy. I think it'll be hard for the Caps to score. Maybe take a look at their team total. Their team total is at 2.5. So I don't know. I agree with you. It's hard for me to take anybody over on shots for Washington. I think it'll be a tight game. I think empty net, solves everything at the end of this.
It's going to be very, in my opinion, I think it's going to be very similar to this Edmonton game last night. Tight checking, quick shifts, high intensity, not a lot of big chances, and then goalies standing up big for the big chances that do happen. I mean, Freddie Anderson has been one of the best goalies this postseason, and nobody's fucking talking about him. I mean, the spotlight is obviously on the Leafs and Hellebuck, but this guy's been good.
He's been really good.
You remember when he played? Didn't he play for? Oh yeah, he did play for the Leafs for quite some time, and he didn't fit that bill. It's funny how it goes
because he's broken, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's him. Him and Zach Hyman. We don't want him either.
Yeah, get rid of him.
Fucking losers.
So, interesting game. Will Carolina close it out? Will Washington respond, push it back to Raleigh? I don't see it going much more than that if Washington is able to pull it through tonight. But I think there's strong chances here that Carolina closes them out. All right, moving on to our other game tonight. Another Game 5, Western Conference semifinal, 9:30 puck drop in Winnipeg. The whiteout will be in effect. Now, obviously, the number one talking point is Connor Hellebuck, right? And, his terrible road.
I don't like talking about him. I don't get worked up at all. You know how sore my neck was this morning from getting worked up about him? I had holy fuck, I wonder, why am I so sore? And then I figured it out. It's like, because I was losing my fucking shit yesterday on Connor Hellebuck, and I kind of blacked out a little bit. But yeah, no, sorry. Yeah.
So obviously he's got this terrible road record, right? He hasn't won a road game in over 9 straight games, but they've been very good at home this year, right? They're boasting a 5-1 record, right? And they're allowing the second fewest goals per 65 on 5. They had a great home record over the regular season as well. But do you really think just because Connor Hellebuck slept in his own bed last night that he's going to come in and shut the door?
Oh yeah, totally. His save percentage at home is like 777. So 100%.
Compared to a 937 on the road.
I mean, guess what the shot total is? Did you look?
No. Is it 20 fucking 2.5 again?
21.5.
Yeah.
The death of 21.5. We did actually take Bob yesterday. We did mention Bob yesterday on the over because we thought Toronto was going to show up. But I mean, somehow they still had 32 shots. So good on us for seeing that one right. But 21.5 again. is this like a stay away spot, or do we think that this could see extra innings, that, this gets there? I mean, Dallas has cashed the over on that, or the under on that, literally every fucking game. So do we counter that just because they're at home and, he's going to be better? I mean, I don't know. Like, I was really happy with Winnipeg's effort in Dallas, their last game. I thought they played exceptionally well. I think they should have won that game. And, outside of that perfect shot, don't even
take it easy, buddy. Take it easy.
But Winnipeg should have won that game. They didn't, but I feel like the message after that game was like, hey guys, you ran into a hot goalie. We don't have a hot goalie, but we had opportunities to put this thing away. Ottinger stood on his head.
Yep.
Is he going to do that on the road? And we talked about this before. We know how I feel about Jake and how he can be very hot and cold, where he can post a shutout and then give up 5 the next night. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but the history is there. He doesn't have that same swagger does as, Stuart Skinner when it matters most, games 5, 6, and 7. Will's saying 6-0 Dallas. Yeah, you know what, Will? If they win 6-0 tonight, I'm taking fucking the next 12 days off. I don't want to play this shit anymore. Because
it'll be the Will and Burnsy show. I'll send you a link, Will. You and me got this.
Yeah, the New Jersey squad. You know what, though? It's a tough spot for the Jets because really they had a lot of pressure coming into this postseason, winning the Presidents and all that bullshit. The shit that doesn't fucking matter. They won that, and we all know what the record is of teams that won the President's Trophy that actually go on to win the Stanley Cup. It's like 4% or something stupid.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't. It's almost a kiss of death. Or it is a kiss of death.
The fact that Winnipeg is as good as they are at home, it's tough to fade them here. It is. It is tough to fade them. The Jets are slight favorites, which is a little bit surprising, but probably because they win at home. Like, they haven't lost a home game yet. They've lost one home game all postseason. They shouldn't have even been here with that whole Game 7 St. Louis series, that whole breakdown with fucking 2 seconds left. You know what, though? It's a tough spot. And as these playoffs go deeper and deeper, it's just going to make our life fucking harder and harder to find an edge. And that's the reality of it.
So Dallas is the better team. 100%, right? I understand Winnipeg, wins at home, but Dallas doesn't really make it easy on themselves either. They take hella fucking penalties. And Winnipeg's very good on their power play. So, I mean, they haven't been great, and that's kind of the story of the series, right? They're 1 for 16, but they were league best, almost 30% power play efficiency. So they have it in them. And if there's ever a time to step up, where are you at, guys?
Yo, like Dallas's PK though, unreal.
They're not doing themselves any favor by always being on it.
Well, that's why they're good at it.
They have so much practice.
Well, it looks like somebody just called me a dork for the Islanders and Oilers jersey behind me. Hey, buddy, it's a fucking Rangers jersey. Figure it out. My God.
Right.
Learn your fucking teams.
Thanks, Henny. You know some puck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
You know what, though? I don't know. I think Winnipeg gets it done tonight. I really do. I feel like that they just played too well last game not to follow it up and keep that going. Because really, if I'm the coach, I'm saying, you know what, guys, just do it again. Just do what you did again, and they're going to come. The goals will come. Get everything to the net. Make him make the save. He can only be hot for so long. And you know what? There's a lot of times, like we talked about, that Ottinger doesn't follow up a big game with another one. And it's a fucking hard thing to do. Nothing against him. That's a tough thing to do. Come out and play on your head, game in and game out. You know, you got to get the bounces. You got to be just in the right place at the right time all the time. You know, Mikko Rantanen, is he going to be the guy that, you know, puts the nail in the coffin again? It's possible. So you might want to think about him on the scorecard. If Dallas does do it, he's probably getting on that card. Simple as that.
I mean, some kind of finished goals are going in. You know, we had, I mean, or is this Rupe's redemption for us? Right? We had Granlund pot a hat trick. Mikko is potted 2 of them. Is Rupe Hintz due? I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, just having a conversation. But I mean, shit, man. This is not going to be a fucking easy game. I can't take anybody, you know, as much as I can see, you know, the Hurricanes on the puck line -1.5. I don't see this being a more than one differential goal here. And I think the big boys are going to have to show up, and we're going to see what happens. But I can totally see Hellebuyck giving up 7 tonight.
Really? You can't?
Yeah. How could you? I mean, like, come on, dude.
Why am I pretending like this is even a conversation?
Why? Just because he slept in his bed? Fuck that, man.
His last game at home, he had a shutty. Bro's locked in. 21 saves. Shutty.
Is broken. Bro is broken. You were the first one talking shit about his press conference the other day, right?
Yeah.
He ain't owning shit. He's in this weird, you know, maybe he's just a weird dude with that fucking eye twitch. You know, maybe he does that all the time. He doesn't want to take it to shit. I don't know. I have a hard time back in Winnipeg. I understand they have a great home record. But, you know, I can't put my mortgage on it by any stretch of the imagination. So we'll see. I mean, the numbers are in the Jets' favor, right? And this is all about, it's not about feelings about what we do here, right? It's all about analytics, and it's all about numbers. Still makes me a little nervous, right?
It's only going to get harder. And like I said, if this shit was easy, we'd all be fucking millionaires because we'd all have a crystal ball as to see, you know, like a 6-1 win or something. But we don't. The game gets played on the ice. We find the edge. We exploit it. We put the money where the percentages are in our favor. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. More often than not, judging by our record that we talk about, you know, it's been working, you know, or after last night, our total season, and now I think we just dropped below $90,000 in profit betting. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world that we lost one game, but you know, it is what it is.
Well, I think I'll be living inside of Newark Penn Station if I did that. Not near it. Oh, shit.
It's like the Pursuit of Happiness, Burnsy edition.
All right, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, I just wish this wasn't a fucking goddamn 9:30 puck drop. Give a guy a fucking break. Let me get some fucking rest. All right, let's get to it. Best bets. What do we see? We talked a lot of shit, had some laughs, had some good looks. What are we dialing into?
I want this one. I want this one. We won last night with the best bet. Everybody locked into that. I want this one bad. And I'm not, for a second, I contemplated the Hellebuyck line. I'm not going to do that to myself. I refuse. So with that being said, I gotta go with, I think Kyle Connor is due. He had a couple breakaways and really good looks. But yeah, with the amount of time that Dallas has spent in the box, there's not a lot of value taking Kyle Connor to, get over 2 points. But I do like him for over half assist tonight. I think if they score, it's coming off of his stick. Dallas has been playing him a little tighter, which is forcing him to make a play and, you know, dish it. I think he might get 2 points tonight, but I'm locking him in for an assist. So we're going to go Kyle Connor for almost even money. So nobody's counting on it, but over half assist, Kyle Connor to probably, I don't know, Adam Laurie hasn't done anything. Adam Laurie is plus 400 for half a point. Go captain. That's my captain right there. That's him. Anyway, Kyle Connor over half a point. He's got to be involved in the mix if Winnipeg has any hope in hell to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, I fully expect Dallas to continue their march towards the penalty box. And do you really think the best power play in the regular season is going to continue to go 1 for 16? You know, I don't know. I mean, they technically just missed on power play point in the last game. I think time expired just as they scored. But I don't know, man. Dallas is playing. They're 100% winning the series and closing out the series at some point. But they're playing a dangerous game. And it's usually Mason fucking marching his way, whether he's fucking splashing on the ice or whether Stick's getting up or he's tripping somebody. But they gotta clean up that side of the game, you know, because you don't want to be going through Winnipeg and then having to face Edmonton with this undisciplined style. You won't be lasting long.
No,
so.
and that's a good point, because not only is it tough to kill penalties at a high success rate, it also wears you down. Like, you get hemmed into your end for a minute and a half, and they're cycling the puck and getting shots and then recovering it. It's exhausting killing penalties. So, and a lot of the game has changed where a lot of the superstars and big guns are killing the penalties now. So, like, I don't want Rantanen out fucking killing penalties and wasting his energy trying to block shots. No. But that's the way it's going now, because we see a lot more shorthanded goals over the regular season because the game is different when you're on the kill and on the power play. So, it's going to be a good one. Are you ready for the D-Gen or what? Because I got two big boys.
You want to go for it first today, so I don't steal your.
We've lost a couple days in a row now. Again, these D-Gen parlays, guys, are just for a little coffee money. Obviously, if it was easy to hit 4-leggers every day, again, we would probably not have jobs, and Vegas wouldn't be offering this shit. So it is tough to do. So make sure you're smart about it. Okay, it's time to lock in here. So that's the new thing the kids are saying. You got to lock in. So I'm locking in Logan Thompson over 26.5 saves. We've been fading that line because it's a high line. But Carolina has just gotten there over and over again. And if Washington wants to win tonight, he needs to have probably 26, 28, 30 saves. So that's my leg one. The second one is Winnipeg on the money line.
Woo. Believing.
Right. You heard it here first.
The whiteout is in effect. You know what's funny? As great as they've been at home, I feel like every time I watch Winnipeg, I got my kid next to me. And he's like, why do they still do the whiteout? They're trash whenever they do the fucking whiteout. And I'm like, I think they're going to keep it going, man.
Yeah. They're actually pretty good when they do the whiteout. Fucking read a book or something.
Stupid 11-year-old. What do you know?
Yeah.
Failing as a father. Yes, Randy Wren. The Jets. Not the New York Jets. The Winnipeg Jets. On the money line. All right. I can totally see the Jets winning 100%. Right? I mean, they got the home record behind them.
I'm getting a lot of hate right now, bro. Nobody's liking this. Nobody's liking this, but that's okay.
Hey.
You know what? If they lose, I'll be the first one to say, hey, guys, you know what? You were right. I was wrong. And then that'll be the end of it.
If you don't like it, then fucking take Dallas. What do you want me to tell you? Right? That's a plus money play anyway.
But if they do win, I'm going to also let you know about it. So that's the beauty. You can be on both sides. I'm okay admitting when I'm wrong, which is a big part of everything. And I can let you know when I'm right, which is often enough too. So you know what? Let's go Jets tonight. Connor Hellebuck is going to go Jets.
Oh, man. All right. So I got 4 options to pick from here. As much as Connor Hellebuck is going to close the door, I do like Dallas's team total over 2.5. And I did say to you earlier instead of taking Hellebuck allowing over 2.5, this guy might not be mentally sound and may get bumped in the first period and be like, oh, my back. I'm gone. I'm out. Right. So I don't know. I'm just telling you where my brain is at here. Right. So I could see Dallas team total over 2.5. I could also see the Hurricanes on the puck line -1.5. Risky. I don't think I'm going to settle in on there. I'm just saying. Right. I'm just saying. But I think what I'm going to settle in here with, I'm going to settle in with Neil Pionk over 1.5 shots on goal. He's recorded multiple shots in 5 of his 6 games against Dallas, including 4 attempts in Game 5. So I'm locking in Neil Pionk over 1.5 shots. Let me copy this. And I'm taking another shot prop. I'm settling in on my former MVP here, and this isn't a homer play. This is stacked backed, guys. I like the immortal former #1 overall draft pick of the Edmonton Oilers, Taylor Hall, over 1.5 shots on goal. He had 5 shots on goal last game. He's had more than 2 in 7 of 10, and we all know that Carolina likes to fire the biscuit. So that's where I'm ending up. I got Taylor Hall over 1.5 shots, Neil Pionk over 1.5 shots on goal. You got Winnipeg on the money line. Everybody else has Dallas on the money line. And we got Logan Thompson over 26.5 saves.
Plus 650, buddy. We're taking the fucking weekend off if this baby cashes, because that's some nice juice. Gonna be tough to hit, though. A lot of things got to go right. Going to be tough to hit, but hey,
that's why we sprinkle. This is a sprinkle sprankle. That's it. And listen, if you guys like any of these, right? I mean, like, listen, everyone's got their own picks in the chat too. You know, scroll back. You know, Will's got some good plays. Alex got some good plays. You know, Randy came through for us the other day, right? What was Randy's pick the other day that we tailed? He had somebody on the money line and somebody plus 2.5.
Yeah, I don't do 2.5. I don't believe in them.
Yeah, but. You know, that's what this whole stuff is, right? I want to see what you guys picks. You want to see what ours picks, you know, and we'll see where all this shit goes here, you know? So
do the show.
Fun shit, guys. Fun shit. So we'll see how the DGen, we are due, I'll tell you that much. That's right. Leafs plus 2.5 and the Cats on the money line.
Off the Leafs plus 2.5. No, I don't know.
Well, that was the other game.
I know. I don't. It's too soon. Okay. Whatever. He was right. I got it wrong last night. Fuck the Leafs. I'm out.
So you're saying we're not going to see the Leafs plus 2.5 in Game 6?
You might. You might.
Florida puck line all day, baby. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you all enjoyed what we do here. Appreciate the hell out of you. Make sure that you guys get over to the Telegram channel if you are not in there already. A lot of good stuff going on, not just NHL. Les is also doing KBL, little Korean baseball. You know, let's tell them what's going on for this week for these guys.
You know what? Unfortunately, the NHL schedule is getting thinner as teams drop off the face of the earth. So, you know, obviously, if you're looking for more action, we do Korean baseball. I fucking love baseball. It's probably my second favorite sports. I love handicapping it. Last year, we had a really good Korean baseball season. This year, we started off hot, got a little bit cold, and, you know, we're looking to get back going on that horse again. So if you guys are looking for some more insight and you want something else to bet on, Korean baseball is a nice one because you can wake up and you could see the money in your account because the games start at, you know, typically between 1 and 5 a.m., depending on the day. And they only play 6 days of the week, which is great because it gives us a day off. So it's an awesome sport to play and to handicap. And honestly, if you guys get up early, if there's any morning risers here, go watch a game. It's the most entertaining game, depending on who's playing. You got, you know, all these little Korean girls with the little bunny ears, and that's their cheerleaders. It's just a different outlook on the game. And, you know, the fans are nuts. It's almost like European soccer. So anyways, shout out to KBO. They're very entertaining. I try to tune in to at least the second half of almost every game. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Typically a lot of runs too. So there's a lot of offense. It's exciting. So get on over, get that KBO package. If you're not in NHL yet, get that one too. $100 gets you the rest of the season. And you know what? We might have a 100-star monster coming up. The Leafs plus 6.5 next game. Lock it in. It'll probably still be close to even money. Nonetheless, get over to the Telegram, check out the page. If you have questions, hit me up on Instagram. I will answer your bankroll questions. And remember, stick to a unit size and stick to it. Unit sizing change day to day if you win or lose. So you got to follow the system. It's just as important as winning the game. So if you have questions about it, message me on Instagram. I will send you off the unit chart, and we'll get you making some money.
Listen, guys, as always, you got to stay disciplined here, right? This is not mortgage money. This is not grocery money. This is pizza money. And everybody could do one day without a little pizza in their life. So be smart. If you or if anybody that you know has a gambling problem, there is help out there. 1-800-GAMBLER. There's a lot of support that you can get this fixed up. And that's right, Jamal. Leafs, you can go puck yourselves. Let's go, Cats. Big games on tonight. Let's see how it all works out. Have some fun. Enjoy the puck. And we'll be back here tomorrow, 2 p.m.-ish, to go over what we see in game number 6.
Will says it look like John Cena. Like that, what a fucking compliment.
Take that shit, bro. Take that.
Is it the traps? The delts?
It's definitely the delts. That's all he sees.
don't be flattered, Will. It's a fucking tight shirt. It's either it's shrunk in the wash. But I appreciate it.
He's got that schmedium going on tonight.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you all tomorrow. Stay well. Take care. Enjoy the puck tonight.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last